extended time on starting the meeting. We had an extended executive session this evening. So I would like to call to order the Monday, August 4th meeting, 2025 meeting of the Wilson School Board. Roll call, please.
Mr. Case?
Here.
Mrs. Denny?
Here.
Mr. Hart?
Here.
Mrs. Casper?
Here.
Dr. Kennedy?
Here.
Mr. McCray? Mr. McCree? Mr. Schneider?
Here.
Mrs. Cocker?
Here.
7 present, 2 absent.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag. Okay. Mr. Maravich, do you have any solicitor announcement? I do not. Mrs. Burkholder, do we have any public participation on agenda items?
I have no public participation.
Okay, thank you. Tonight, the board did meet in executive session to discuss contract and financing. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the school board meeting held on July 21st, 2025.
Casper.
Mrs. Casper, thank you. Do we have a second? Dr. Kennedy, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Our committee reports this evening. We have a positive report from Mrs. Troutman on public relations.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's officially August, so that means obviously the communications department is ramping up. We're getting ready to welcome all of our students and staff back. So first and foremost, we're very, very excited to announce that we just recently launched our new school district website. The transition was made so that we could better meet ADA accessibility requirements, as well as offered enhanced translation services, ensuring that all of our families can stay informed and engaged. So we just, again, launched this new platform. We sent an email out to the community as well as to our staff last Friday. So the new platform is also a one-stop shop hub for all of our district communications. So we're integrating now all of our mass email, text, and call systems under the same umbrella, as well as our ability to post social media, and as well as our e-newsletter capabilities. So it's really streamlining all of our communications. I just want to give a huge shout out to Sam Weitzel, who works in the communications department. This was the majority of her work over the summer, was to integrate all of that. So as we kind of launch this now out into the public, we're continuing to fine tune it over the next few weeks and maybe even months. So we are going to welcome your help in identifying areas that may need attention. There could still be broken links. There could be outdated or incorrect information. So we do have on the homepage of the website, there is a link that goes to a Google form. So if there is things that are identified, please just fill out that form so that we can address any issues that we may see. So again, thank you so much. And we really do hope that this new website is super user-friendly and really will just enhance our communications as a district. In addition, with the new school year quickly approaching, we are starting to prepare and execute our back-to-school communications plan. Just as always, we will send out district-wide communications about online student registration, student schedule release dates, transportation, food service updates, etc. We're planning to send all of that out next Monday. And we'll send it out through the new communications platform, which is great. Especially important for families to complete their student information update that will be available beginning August 11th, which is 1 week from today, in Skyward Family Access. We need this information updated so we can ensure we have the most current data regarding our students before the start of the new school year. And details on how to update this information will be available not only in the email but on the website as well. And then finally, it's an exciting week because we are going to be officially breaking ground for our brand new Lincoln Park Elementary School. So this Wednesday, August 6th, starting at 5 p.m., we will be holding an event on the site of the new school. It's going to be a community event, so there'll be a very brief ceremony. We're going to have hot dogs and drinks, complimentary, a moon bounce for the kids, and then we're going to have food trucks there offering items for sale. We're also going to have visual renditions of the new school as well as the video fly-through under a tent so that everybody can come and kind of get to see what that school is going to look like. So we're super excited, and we certainly invite, obviously, all of you as board members members, but also we invite the community to join us and celebrate our 6th elementary school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Troutman. Do we have any additional board member appointment reports? Hearing none. Ms. Maravich, do you have an additional solicitor report? Okay, just wanted to check.
I'll just add that the
Yes, Mr. Hayes.
Operations Committee is going to meet on August 18th at 4:30 PM.
Thank you. That takes us to our superintendent's report. Dr.
Sorry,
Beckett. Oh,
Mrs.
yes.
Cocker, I'm sorry.
Mrs.
I'm having
Denny.
a little trouble hearing, but I just wanted to add on an update that we still do not have a state budget. There's been a bit of an impasse, and so we're waiting on that. However, the good news is that the federal funds that had been impounded are being released. So we are going to be getting that money.
Great. Thank you for that update, Mrs. Denny.
Thank you.
Superintendent's report, Dr. Trickett.
Thank you, President Cocker. Tonight, we have our superintendent's report, inclusive of all personnel and program recommendations. I'd like to highlight a couple items that we have here. First are under change of status, 4.2. We have quite a few changes in administrative functions here. I'm going to talk through each one of them that's identified within this attachment and just ask them to stand to be recognized. First, we have Dr. Kelly Byrne, who is currently serving as our principal of Shiloh Hills Elementary School, where she's been since 2017. Prior to that, she served as assistant principal, Wilson Southern Middle School, and prior to that was an ELA teacher as well at middle school in Lancaster County. Kelly is very excited to transition into her new role. We're excited to have her join our team to bring her leadership experience and just her personality and her drive to make our school as good as it can be. Also, adding to the team, supporting her will be Dr. Dean Damiani in our Director of Secondary Education role. Dean has been part of our team for more than 20 years. He was a high school teacher, teaching social studies classes, was a 9th grade principal for the better part of 6 years. Did a very short stint helping out over at Spring Ridge Elementary School when our principal, Dr. Hart, transitioned back to special ed for a short amount of time, and has recently spent the last 3 years plus as the principal at Southern Middle School. So again, equally excited to bring Dr. Damiani to the team. Looking forward to both of their leadership together in supporting and leading the Department of Teaching and Learning within the Wilson School District. This does represent a change in structure. We've discussed it informally and some of our different executive sessions with our HR committee. For years, the district has been functioning under a 2 assistant superintendent model, where 1 assistant superintendent was in charge of all aspects of teaching and learning, and that was Dr. Stacy Stout. And the other assistant superintendent, Dr. Andy Hoffert, was more focused on student services and supporting special education and all the different parts of our programs that fall under student services. So when we were unsuccessful in that approach, looking for the next assistant superintendent that was focused just on teaching and learning, we decided to shift the structure. So Dr. Hoffert's role will be shifting, and then obviously Dr. Byrne and Dr. Damiani, as well as Dr. Squibb, who I'll introduce next, will also be part of that kind of the academic leadership team, looking at all academic and educational programs for kids pre-K through 12. So without further ado, Dr. Erin Squibb is also here with us today, another internal hire from our team. Erin has previously spent her time as a special ed supervisor here in the district. She was in a facilitator role in the Lancaster County School District, and prior to that, she taught elementary AS and ES support in elementary schools in Lancaster County as well. So just really excited to bring her on with her special ed experience and expertise, spending her entire career in that area and working alongside Joni Lefevre for the past few years here. I think has really positioned her well to lead and continue the work that we're doing within that division. So that's on our change of status report. I'd also like to highlight professional hire. Lynette Moore has been with us for some time as an hourly teacher, but I'm very excited to introduce her and put her on the agenda tonight to be our recommended candidate for EL teacher at the high school, who will replace and fill out our 3rd opening for EL support for our kiddos here at the high school building. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Trickett. Looking for a motion to approve Superintendent's Report 4.1 through 4.5 as presented.
So moved. Case?
Mr. Case, thank you. Do we have a second?
Casper.
Mrs. Casper, thank you. Any discussion? Dr. Kennedy?
Like I'm not used to. I would like to call out Dr. Kelly Burns. She's on my list for being in trouble because she's so nice to my Kutztown students. She is so kind and welcoming, and they go to her school, and it's so organized, and everything's so wonderful. But then they go down to their district, and they call me, and they're like, oh, and I get these panicked phone calls. But this isn't how it was at Shiloh Hills, and it's disconcerting because they think all schools are run that wonderfully, and they think all principals know them by name and welcome them into the school. And I'm like, ooh, that might not be the norm everywhere. Thankfully, in our district, most of the elementary principals are on my list. That Hart woman over at Spring Ridge is the same way. Like, she's so kind and wonderful, and she hires our students. And I wonder if the principals realize how much that little bit, that when Mrs. Hart says, I'm so excited to be here, or when Kelly says, let me meet with you when you come, and these are kiddos, not just student teachers, these are kids that are just observing on Fridays. And I wonder if they realize how much just that little interaction that they probably don't even think twice about means to the students. And, I think back to when I first came here to Wilson and how wonderful our administration was here, and we had Dr. Hoffman, and she said to me, you're going to have my job one day. And I thought, oh, woman, you're crazy. Like, I'm absolutely not going to have your job one day. And, that meant a lot to me that she saw that as a first-year teacher. She saw potential in me. So it makes me sad to think how many do our teachers feel the same way? Like, I think about our elementary school teachers, and now they're, for the second time, going to have somebody who is no elementary experience be their director of elementary education. And Kelly's going to do an amazing job with that because she's such a good listener. She listens. Her teachers feel heard. And I think that is the most important part of being an administrator, is feeling heard. But I look at, our administration, and I think, are you looking at our elementary teachers and giving them the same feeling? Like, hey, I do have potential to be a principal. I do have potential to be a supervisor. I wonder why we don't have very many, if at all, of our elementary teachers as our principals. We have, we have Mr. Stanger, and he was a gym teacher. We have no elementary classroom teachers as principals, except Mrs. Hart, who was a special education teacher. Thank goodness we have her. So I would challenge our new administration and our new setup to think about how to build teacher leaders, not just gym teachers, not just social studies teachers, but classroom teachers. And I know it's hard. I know we've worked really hard to build a pipeline with local colleges and through all the things we're doing to attract our students to come back and be teachers. What are we doing to encourage our teachers to be teacher leaders and future administrators? And I am as guilty with that as everyone, when I used to tell them, don't go to the dark side, don't be an administrator. But I have changed my tune on that very much so. And I'm to the point where I make my students promise I will teach 10 years in the classroom. And then I will make sure I am very thoughtful when I decide where and when I'm going to graduate school. And I'm going to think ahead of the years. So I plant, the idea now as a college professor, what are we doing to our very early teachers? We don't want to get them out of the classroom in 5 years. We want to get them to be solid, qualified, experienced teachers, because there's nothing worse than sitting, and I'm sure you feel the same way, Mr. Schneider, there's nothing worse than sitting at an in-service and having some dude who taught 5 years, maybe, and try to tell you how to teach and try to tell you how to run your classroom. So what are we doing as a district? Because we're a large enough district that, we should be kind of funneling in on our own. So especially at the elementary level, what are we doing to create and attract and keep teacher leaders and to show them a path of coming up the ladder and continuing to be a part of the Wilson School District? How are we saying, yes, we do think you should be a reading specialist. Why don't you go get that supervisory? Why don't you go get that coaching cert? Why don't you, there's things that we should be doing as a district to encourage all of our teachers and to give them a path to succeed and to continue to give back to the Wilson School District. So congratulations to all of you. You're wonderful. And thank you for letting me be on my soapbox for a minute.
Thank you, Dr. Kennedy.
Excuse me. Congratulations upon your approval, of course, our approval of the vote. Congratulations to the three of you and to all of you up for hires this time. But I do just want to do a shout out to the elementary principals, I'm sure to the middle school as well as the high school. We may not always hear it, but I do think they build up their teachers and say, hey, why don't you try for this position? Or why don't you think about taking this type of class to better enhance? I know Dr. Byrne is great at that. But I do think it happens a lot more than we realize. That's all.
I'll be real quick. I don't do this often, but Eric Lachance will be sorely missed. He was phenomenal, and both of my kids, one of their favorite teachers. He's amazing person. Yeah. So if there's any way that Wilson would be able to keep him, that would be phenomenal. But anyway, we're going to miss you, Mr. Lachance.
Yes, big.
Yeah, agreed.
Mrs. Cocker?
Yes, Mrs. Denny.
I want to add my congratulations to the new administrative positions. In life, I find sometimes that when you're thinking one way and you suddenly go in another direction, it can obviously raise some concerns, but some of the best stuff happens from that. And we had been going down this path of having the same system with two assistant superintendents, and then we switched and went in this path. And I am really excited for the opportunities this is going to present, not just for the internal folks who are now having the opportunity for additional leadership, but across the organization. I think this is going to provide lots of opportunities, just like Dr. Kennedy was talking about, more opportunities for people to grow within Wilson and for us to use the talent that we have. So I do worry a little about the extra burdens this is going to put on Dr. Trickett and Dr. Hoffert, but I think it's actually going to turn out to be a really wonderful thing. The other thing I wanted to comment on is part of this is our fall coaches, the list of fall coaches. And one of the things that makes Wilson and all of its programs, not just sports, but all of its extracurricular programs so wonderful is the amount of involvement. And if you look on there, every single sport has one, and in some cases multiple volunteer coaches. In some cases, these are parents. In some cases, they're just community members, even formal students. One of the new assistant cheerleading coach, volunteer cheerleading coach, is a class of 2025 graduate who loved to cheer. I've known this young lady her whole entire life. In fact, she was at my wedding in her mom's belly. So she was one of my unofficial bridesmaids, and cheerleading was something she did from kindergarten to 12th grade. And so for her to be able to come back in this volunteer capacity is just amazing. And so from former students to, we have a former NFL quarterback as a volunteer coach. So I think it says a lot about our organization that people want to be involved because they care and not just for the money. So I want to, in advance, thank them all. I guess next week is the start of fall sports, but thank all of our year-round volunteer coaches for their efforts.
Thank you, Mrs. Denny. Any other comments for superintendent's report? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Denny? 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 Mrs
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Congratulations to our 3 new directors.
Congrats.
Moving on to ratification approval of the following field trips. I'm looking to request a motion to request permission to approve the high school boys and girls water polo teams traveling to Erie, September 12th through the 13th. And for the approval of the Wilson High School baseball team traveling to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, March 13th through the 17th in 2026. And looking in the future, we will also have the softball team. I just don't think that they were ready for approval yet. So I'm looking for a motion to approve both field trips for 5.1. Dr. Kennedy, thank you. Oh, sorry, Mr. Schneider, second. Any discussion? Okay. This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under Human Resources, 6.1, request approval to reappoint Matt Bender as the management representative to the Health Trust Board of Trustees. And 6.2, request to approve Jennifer Little as the supervisor of nursing and student services. Looking for a motion for 6.1 and 6.2 under Human Resources.
Casper?
Mrs. Casper, thank you. Do we have a second? Mr. Hart, thank you. Any discussion? Mr. Schneider?
Yeah, I just think there's probably a lot of people out there that don't understand what the Health Trust does, and I was wondering if Dr. Trickett could give a little explanation of that.
Sure. If it's okay, I'd actually defer that to Mr. Bender, as he's a member of the executive team of our Health Trust. As he's coming up, just for a moment, just want to ask Jen, please also to stand, Jennifer Little. Coming back to the Wilson School District as our supervisor of nursing, Jen was previously with the school district. Many of us know her and have worked with her personally and directly. Also did some leadership work and supported the schools within the Reading School District. Also worked at St. Joe's Medical Center. Vast amount of experience, and we're excited that you're back on our team. So welcome back.
So the Health Trust, as you may or may not know, and for others out there, is a group of districts, mostly in Berks County. Fun fact, Spring Grove is also a member. But basically what that group does, and through the IU, is hopefully find us the best rates and the best coverage on our insurance. So the idea of there's strength in numbers allows us to get the best rates and the best coverage. So that's in a nutshell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other discussion for Human Resources 6.1 and 6.2?
Mrs. Cocker?
Yes, Mrs. Denny.
I would like to add on to Dr. Trickett's recognition of Mrs. Little in how exciting it is to have her back. And all of our nursing staff, any interaction I've ever had with them has been a very positive experience. And I don't think anybody goes into nursing unless they have that caring empathy gene. It's just part of the job. But I'm going to embarrass Mrs. Little and just share the kind of care that I think our students will get with her in the supervisory position, because there was a tale I heard of her on a mission trip in Haiti with a child that needed care. And she ended up somehow going on a scooter with this child and somebody else in a foreign country, a real third world country, and getting that child care. And that's the kind of person now that we have in charge of the healthcare at our school. And so I think that says a lot for her. And I'm really excited for all of the students and the other nurses that are going to benefit from her leadership.
Thank you, Mrs. Denny. Any other discussion? Dr. Kennedy?
Mrs. Denny, are you sure all of your interactions with nurses have been positive? Because Lord knows when they call me, I'm like, please tell me no one's puking. I'm just teasing. They are absolutely wonderful, except when they call me in the middle of the school day.
Yes, I'm always scared when I see Wilson come up on my photo ID. So yes, I hear you.
Thank you for the discussion. Any other items? Any other points of discussion for Human Resources? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mrs. Cock.
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker. Yeah,
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Congratulations and welcome back to Mrs. Little. Okay, moving on to finance, 7.1, request to approve the payment of bills as presented. I will add a little bit since that is a standalone item. From general fund, $2,718,868.51. Looking for a motion for 7.1.
Schneider, so moved.
Mr. Schneider, thank you. Do we have a second? Dr. Kennedy, thank you for filling in since our finance committee is not here tonight. So we have motion and second. Any discussion? Okay, so just on 7.1, roll call, please.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
And 7.3, request to approve, looking for a motion to approve a one-year agreement with Creditech, Inc., collection services for debt collection services as presented. So looking for motion just for 7.3.
Schneider, so moved.
Mr. Schneider, thank you. Do we have a second? Dr. Kennedy, thank you again. Any discussion? Yes. Yes, Mr. Hart.
Just a quick question. Do we take into consideration families that don't have the need to repay? Like, for example, some people may not want to apply for free and reduced lunches, but yet sometimes the building administrators or teachers know they probably should because of just different conversations they may have had with family members. Do we take that into consideration when we turn them over for non-payment of bills?
Sure. Christine will come up, Ms. Schlossman, to speak to that.
So I can't speak to individual cases, but we do give parents the opportunity to respond to letters and also phone calls regarding any outstanding debts, whether it be food services or childcare services or technology fees. So if they're in a situation where they would need a payment plan or something that they couldn't pay it all at one time, we would offer that and would not be turning that debt over. So there are opportunities for, different types of arrangements.
I mean, what ways are there to be approved for free and reduced lunches? I know one time in my principalship, I knew the conversations of one person, student, led on to a teacher, how they were struggling and mom didn't work or dad didn't. I don't quite remember all the details of that time, but I reached out to the family and they applied for the free and reduced lunches. Is that encouragement still going on? Because there are a lot of people with needs out there that may not want to ask for help or too proud to ask for help. Are there ways to identify these families?
So I believe our food services department is very accessible to families. I know there's also translation of some of the forms as well. And I believe the food services department has a table at parent night when the schools first open for also accessibility of just having that conversation. I can't speak necessarily for the principals, but I would assume that our principals would be able to talk to those families and have done that to bridge that gap if there's any kind of misunderstanding as to what goes into completing the application and successfully being provided the free or reduced status.
Thank you.
Right, and I believe the form for that is in the packet, at least for elementary kids, are in their packets on packet pickup.
It's online as
And
well.
online,
Mhm.
I can't remember, and you may have mentioned it, I apologize. Do we have a table set up at all of like popsicle and packet pickups or whatever you do at the middle school and high school? Do we have that, maybe a food service department that could have something or some type of application or answer questions about free and reduced lunches for some of those families that may need it, that might be new to the district, might need translators or just anything. I just think, not that we aren't mindful of that, I just hope we consider to be mindful and proactive with that for those families that are struggling.
I think that's something we can bring back to our team, Mr. Hart, to discuss strategies to ensure that we're providing multiple opportunities to communicate. Our counselors as well are part of our team, our principals, our deans of students. There's so many people that provide care for children, our secretarial and administrative assistant team, just making sure that everyone knows that there's tools out there to support students. Oftentimes it comes from our food service department, but that doesn't mean that a social worker couldn't initiate the process, or there's so many different care providers in the organization. So it's always something though for us to look to improve and to try to get better. So Dr. Hoffman and I will talk about what we're currently doing and opportunities for improvement.
I do want to mention that, donations that are received by the Food Services Department are also applied to some student outstanding balances as well.
Yeah.
So encourage donations, receipts at Giant, things like that come back to the school. Thank you.
I have a two-parter. The first goes along with what Mr. Hart was saying. Do we offer help filling out the paperwork? Because Patrick, because he had Medicaid, which is odd, was actually eligible for free lunches. And I didn't know, I would never have thought, I thought it was completely income-based. But filling out the paperwork for any of that kind of stuff is absolutely overwhelming. So is there someone that is available to, and I will tell Mr. Hart, Mrs. Ginn was the one who, she called me on, well, she sent like 3 letters home and I thought they were a mistake. And she called me on the phone and she said, Amy, I don't think you understand that you're not hurting the district. I thought if we were doing free and reduced lunch for Patrick, that like it would hurt the district somehow, because I don't know why I thought that, but she steered me in the right direction. But the paperwork is very overwhelming. The other question I have for you, and I think I might have forgotten it. Oh, no, that was it. How does this help your office?
So how does this particular motion help our office? So we have currently a third-party collection agency that has done our collections in the past. I must say that the collections aren't a great return. It's hard sometimes to track some families down, especially if they moved out of the district. And we don't provide Social Security numbers. So when it comes to tapping people's credit, for instance, it might be a little harder than, in the corporate world where you have some kind of tax ID numbers or bank accounts. The Creditech is a company that we met at a recent PASBO conference that also offered these services. And we did some credit references, or should I say just professional references against this company. And several schools said they were happy with the returns. However, they also expressed that there's only, so much they can do. So our district has sustained a lot of student debt within the past year alone. So we are looking for external help to collect those debts. And sometimes, it takes a third-party letter to come in your mailbox to realize that this is a debt that is owed to the school district. So this is a different company, so this is not new to Wilson that we're using a third party. This is just going to be the company of choice for any future debt.
Can you give us an approximate amount that the district is, how big this debt is we're talking about?
So it can be up in the $50,000 range for food services, because keep in mind that when the state said that I think it was Act 55, where the state had determined that no child can receive a meal. Every child receives a meal regardless of payment. So not the a la carte items, but every child receives breakfast and lunch. Now, the state recently has made breakfast free for all students, regardless of income level of the family. However, lunch is no longer free for everybody. So therefore, some families who are not, who did not apply for free and reduced lunch, their students still will get free lunch at the point of sale. So they'll be able to eat the meal, but then that meal is charged to their account. And that debt continues to grow. If there's a miscommunication possibly, that the parents aren't aware, that it's no longer free, which is possible, because during the COVID, years, there was some change in the federal and state subsidy. So when you do file for a free and reduced application, it's not hurting the district because the district receives federal and state subsidy for those meals. So we're not out the money when you apply for those resources. So I would encourage any family to go online and look at the thresholds. They do change every year. And knowing our food service staff, they would be more than happy to help anyone fill out those forms in person or over the phone, what have you, as well as in our special education department. If there would be a Medicaid type of situation, they would also be happy to help with those forms, or at least get you the resources to be connected with food services staff.
Thank you, Mrs. Schlossman. Any other discussion for 7.3? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Case,
Yes?
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Under Student Services, 8.1, request approval of an addendum to summer hours 2025 for school psychologists, school nurses, school counselors, and school social workers as presented. 8.2, looking for a motion to approve a service agreement with Sunburst Workforce Advisors, LLC, pending solicitor review and approval. Beginning July 1st, 2025, and ending June 30th, 2028. Looking for a motion to approve student service items 8.1 and 8.2.
Schneider, so moved.
Mr. Schneider, thank you. Do we have a second? Dr. Kennedy, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes?
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Okay, here's the long one. Everybody ready for operations? Need a little glass of water. 9.1, request approval of the change order number 8 by J.R. Reynolds, Inc. for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $11,353. 9.2, request approval of the change order number 5 by JBM Mechanical for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $5,419.73. 9.3, request approval of change order number 6 by JBM Mechanical for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $1,635.18. 9.4, request approval of change order number 7 by JBM Mechanical for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $1,512.75. 9.5, request approval of change order number 29 by E.R. Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $6,896.82. 9.6, request approval of change order number 30 by E.R. Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $5,775.99. 9.7, request approval of change order number 31 by E.R. Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $6,473.81. 9.8, request approval of change order number 32 by ERB Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $3,433.50. 9.9, request approval of change order number 33 by ER Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $3,444. 9.10, request approval of change order number 34 for ER Stubner for the High School Performing Arts Center construction project in the amount of $2,097.69. 9.11, request approval of asphalt work at the three-tier parking lot of the former administrative building here, Grandview Boulevard, using Seal Tech Services, Inc. in the amount of $8,350. And 9.12, request approval to furnish, engineer, and install a new rooftop air handling unit to replace the damaged unit serving the high school wrestling room using CM3 Building Solutions in the amount of $128,400. Okay, looking for a motion to approve operations items 9.1 through 9.12.
So moved. Case?
Mr. Case, thank you. Do we have a second?
Schneider,
Mr.
second.
Schneider, thank you. So I'll just start off the discussion by pointing out that while that is a lot of change orders, these are, the change orders that we actually receive have gone through multiple, Dr. Trickett and Mr. Simcox have reviewed a ton of other change orders that do not come to us, and these are the ones that they feel are warranted, needed, and missed somewhere along the line, or based on what we have just changed in scope. So it's not necessarily that these are all tacked on, it's just that there's a change in what we had previously had to what we have now or need. And also, I would like to comment on 9.12 that I would definitely, as a former sibling of a wrestler or sibling of a former wrestler, hopefully we definitely get that air circulation going for a wrestling room, because they're pretty gross on their own without it. Okay, so looking for any further discussion for operations items 9.1 through 9.12. No offense to wrestlers.
It would actually help to cut weight, by the way.
Oh, if we
Yeah,
didn't, yeah,
don't
that's a
do
good
anything.
point. Thanks, Mr. Case. Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Under Teaching and Learning, 10.1, request approval of a contract with Kazala Consulting, Inc. to facilitate professional development engagement sessions at a cost of $6,000 paid for from the Teaching and Learning Department budget. 10.2, request approval of an affiliation agreement with Reading Hospital for a non-clinical internship program for Wilson High School seniors as attached. Looking for a motion to approve teaching and learning items 10.1 and 10.2. Dr. Kennedy, thank you. Do we have a second?
Schneider.
Mr. Schneider, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Under Transportation, 11.1, request approval for the retirement through auction of transportation vehicles, miscellaneous office furniture, and other obsolete items. 11.2, request approval of an agreement with Gaiman's Mennonite School for the transportation of students to Gaiman's Mennonite School for the 2025-26 school year. 11.3, request approval of an agreement with the Janus School for the transportation of students for the 2025-26 school year. 11.4, request approval of an agreement with Ephrata Mennonite School for the transportation of students to Ephrata Mennonite School for the 2025-26 school year. And 11.5, request approval of a 3-year renewal licensing agreement with TransFinder for our Samsara GPS license at a first-year cost of $21,114, covering 85 of our school vehicles. Looking for a motion to approve transportation items 11.1 through 11.5.
So moved. Case?
Mr. Case, thank you. Do we have a second?
Schneider.
Mr. Schneider, thank you. Any discussion? Okay. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Denny,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mrs. Casper,
Yes.
Dr. Kennedy,
Yes.
Mr. Schneider,
Yes.
Mr. Case,
Yes.
Mrs. Cocker.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no.
Okay, that takes us to other business. Mrs. Burkholder, do we have any public participation on non-agenda items?
No public participation tonight.
Thank you. Any other business from the board? Okay, hearing none. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Schneider, so moved.
Meeting adjourned.